one can do it quite like we do it. Right, Rachel?
Yep.
We got you on the screen this morning. Bright and early. Look at your cute little... Sometimes we have to remind Gilman over here, if she's on.
Calm down, guys.
Yeah. Oh, look who wants in before we introduce
Too much
him.
energy in here.
Too much.
Slow it down.
Someone
I can't find the video to share.
Okay. Well, shoot. Go to your page. Go
It's
to
not
your.
on there. Oh, we'll figure it out one day.
It's on My Grand Cities. So if you're tuning in live and you're on my page and you don't want to be on my page,
You
can
can go to
My
mine,
Grand
but
Cities.
mine doesn't have it, so just go back to Courtney.
Okay, it's showing it over there. So it's a full on hiatus from Kim's page. So
Yes.
good morning. Special treat for everybody. We brought back. It was tough. It was tough to bring back our co-host from back in the day. We had some questions where he was, but we brought back the world's busiest dude. He was always like running around. So
Actually, you told me I can't come back till I have a haircut or I shaved or both. And look at this.
here we are in the flesh.
In the flesh.
I know. We
Clean
used to
cut.
be Zoom. This
Clean
is big.
cut. Yeah.
This is big. Let me see your hairdo. Turn it a little bit. Okay. All right. Clean cut.
Yeah, he doesn't have the shag anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It is shag gone.
Yeah, it's gone. I got annoyed. Hair was in my face.
It's curling.
It would wake me. Oh, it was everywhere.
It was like a
Yeah.
mullet.
Yeah.
No. Basically, I was looking. If you didn't see me in the last year,
Yeah.
kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers.
It has probably been a year.
It was similar feels.
You didn't have the molest stash like him, though.
I tried. Thanks for reminding me.
That's true. Well, let's introduce this show so people know who and what is going on. It started with swimsuit ladies, and now we're
Guy's
focusing
voice.
on, Lender and Senator Meyer. So, well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Put a Fork in It. Since Scott's left the show, we are Emmy nominated.
What?
Yeah, I think we're.
Are you sure it wasn't the
I think we
Razzies?
have three
Yeah.
three listeners every week.
Yeah, it's right now we have 3 on, so I'm just on my page. But this is Put a Fork in It, Grand Forks' favorite online news source. We are located right now at Grand Forks Best Source, so excited to be here. My name is Courtney Barstad Logan. I'm a realtor with Remax Grand and on social media at Grand Cities Living. I'm going to toss it to my partner in crime.
All right. I am Kim Efta with Remax Grand and My Grand Cities. And since our broker is in jury duty today, we got to do our licensing thing. She's not listening, but we are with Remax Grand. You can find us at 1375 South Columbia Road, Suite G, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Now we're done with our licensing, so we'll throw it to our guest.
No.
Oh,
We
our
have a very important announcement,
producer.
too.
Yes. Our producer passed her real estate course.
did.
Boop, boop, boop. We do the button.
Yeah, do the button.
Do
Just
the
hit
button.
one. Just hit one.
Just hit
See what it
anyone.
does.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh.
There we go. Now hit one.
Try it again. Yeah! See, we're learning. First of the year.
Anyways, I'm Rachel Madden, and I'm Kim's assistant. And now that I'm licensed,
A buyer agent.
Yep.
How exciting. Congratulations.
well, I gotta get the real license.
Yeah, we got to get that done. We don't know what her number is yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's almost there. Living
Yeah.
up
So
there.
almost there.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so-
Fun. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming in hot on mic number 4.
Yeah.
We have Scott Meyer from Benchmark Mortgage and
District 18.
District 18
Yeah.
Senator.
Yep. So Benchmark Mortgage, downtown Grand Forks, and
What's the temp?
it's cold. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's brutal right now. But that's why we're all. You got the fuzzy shirt on. I've got long johns on, even under this. So I am prepared.
I have a
I've got
heat-
my
I'm gonna
boots.
have a hot flash.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Showing,
I forgot my jacket.
last week, Rachel was showing all the arms because it was warm out.
Well,
So,
it actually wasn't warm, but
yeah, it really was.
it was
Flexing.
warmer than it usually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me back.
You're welcome.
I would
I've been
say
begging.
anytime, but I don't think you want to be on anytime. So.
I called Kimmy again this morning. I'm like, okay, am I on today? Just
Yes.
double checking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought you were on a video yesterday, but that was not no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's for those that don't know, Kim and Scott are siblings. I was on a group text with them. Sometimes you just gotta lay it out. So
Yeah. Spell it out.
spell it out.
Don't hold back in a group text with
Don't
Scott
hold
and
back.
Kim.
Nope. Nope. Just like, hey guys, here's what I'm hearing. You
In
both say.
fact, can I just give you access to my calendar so you can just start putting in appointments? Be like, hey, oh man, I'm on there.
Yeah.
I got to be here.
Yeah. No, it's okay. We're fine. It's good. We're
Calendar
happy
access.
you're here.
Yeah.
We're happy to discuss all the fun things related to first-time home buyers,
Heyo.
which is such a hot topic.
I kind of made it on Sunday. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
I pulled you in.
Yep. Yeah. We've been talking about this. So last week, just to kind of recap, if you missed us last week or if Scott missed us last week, we were talking about the importance of having a buyer's agent, especially in this market.
A full-time buyer's
A
agent.
full-time buyer's agent, and just with the market not to be scared and to have somebody by your side. So this kind of segues into having this conversation.
Yes. And kind of there was a post in one of those lovely groups on social media, and I posted, join the Facebook group, Grand Forks First Time Home Buyer, and Courtney, Scott, and I are the admins of that page. So we had a lot of people join it this weekend, so we're excited to kind of get that rolling because we've always been in the process of getting it rolling, but it just felt like the perfect day to post about it.
Right. Well, and again, being educated helps so much when you're going in to make an offer, knowing that your lender, or not necessarily the lender, but your agents want to see a pre-approval letter. They want to know what you're qualified for. And again, it's multiple offers. Over the weekend, I can't tell you how many pre-qual letters I sent out that almost majority of them got rejected because of multiple offer situations.
Yep.
So go in, sit down with your lender, learn the process, become comfortable with the process, know your agents, and know that you're working together for a common goal. The hiccups are much fewer.
Yeah.
So come by.
In that process with the multiple offers, do you kind of tell your clients like, hey, like if you get into this situation, here's how much you have to play with out of your own personal funds, or do you not even?
Yeah, you do. You do want to make sure you're addressing everything as far as debt to income with their buying power, but how much they have for assets. Are they going to need a gift letter? That's honestly probably the biggest hurdle for a lot of borrowers, especially first-time home buyers, is they've got good credit, they've got the income, but they don't have any assets. So it's like, are you going to go to North Dakota Housing? Are you going to go to the bank of mom and dad? Or are you just going to start saving? And again, it's a very, very common hurdle. The gift letters, again, we probably do a fair amount. We do a fair amount of gift letters. But again, it's just making sure everyone's comfortable, because I can't tell you how many times the donor is not comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're going, I don't need to tell you how I'm giving them $10,000. And it's like, you kind of do.
So in the gift letters, can you explain who can be the gifter and the giftee?
Yeah.
And what it's for.
Yes.
Yep. So you're using it for down payment, for closing costs. And again, some of the different types of loans have different rules as far as documentation, but typically we're talking about an immediate family member. You can't you can get some seller concessions, of course, but they're saying there's percentages. So if you're VA, it's 4%, conventional has different tiers, FHA 6%. And the reasons why, I mean, there's a lot of it as far as enticement to purchase and things like that. So the gift letters are there for a reason. We can use them. I'm fine using them. We're good with it. But there is documentation. And again, it's making sure that you're not doing anything wrong where the seller perhaps is giving you some sort of concession to purchase.
Okay. Making sure it's not, but so it has to be immediate family, not related to the transaction.
Correct.
Yep.
That's
right.
Yeah, they're fun. The other one that usually comes up, especially for first-time home buyers, is student loans. How does that go to their debt to income?
So if you're in deferment for more than 12 months, right, we can take that out. However, a lot of borrowers right now have, federal student loan debt. Okay. So right now you're not making any payment. So your credit bureaus zero out as for a payment. Okay. Now, if you're going to go, if you're going conventional, Fannie Mae, you put 1% of the balance in for a payment. Freddie Mac, you go 0.5%. FHA, 0.5%. It's and they're all different rules. Legit, when I was coming over here for my 1030 appointment before, all of her debt was student loan debt, not one payment. And again, it can push you out. So,
so even when you're in deferment, you recommend making a payment?
No. You got to. Again, it can vary by loan type. Okay, USDA makes you put in a payment even if we're in deferment, right? So you just have to know the type of loan. And again, even if you aren't making a payment, I'm not telling you to make payments. I have to consider that debt. And a lot of people in the past were, let's just say 5+ years ago, would not have to consider their student loan debt. And then next thing you know, they'd max out on their house and their payment and everything else. And about a year later, guess what? You had $500 a month in student loan debt, and you're now struggling to just stay above water. So I'm fine with the rule changes regarding that, and if it helps people people in their people in their house, people in their house, you're fine. So,
And I'm gonna make a side note here. If 50% of what Scott said sounds like he's speaking a different language to you, that's completely fine. Please don't tune out right now, because this is the world that he lives in. I make a lot of jokes with my clients that, like, the lenders
Nerds out.
Yep, the lenders do the lender thing, and we
Right.
work as partners.
Yep.
We focus on the housing things, and that's where I think you have two options when you're getting started in this, right? You can sit down with a lender as step one, or you can sit down with a buyer's agent as step one, and both are going to guide you in that next step.
Yep.
So you it's great because you kind of have that fork in the road, right? You
Yep.
can say, which one am I going to go to? Neither is a wrong step, I'm going to say, because sometimes we have people come to us say, I'm already pre-approved. Here's what I'm pre-approved for. Here's the type of loan that I'm looking at. Fantastic. Then we connect with the lender. Or we have people come in, and this is great too. They're like, we have no freaking clue what we're doing, right? And any of this. And so it's like, perfect. Let's have that conversation, because they might say, here's our situation. Okay, here's a lender that's going to be able to talk you through this, a little bit better.
And if it's high level, sometimes your agent can just bring it down.
Bring it down.
Bring it down. We don't talk about the interest rates or any of the numbers,
No.
but we can talk about the terminology at our
That's
5th grade
smart.
level.
And the options.
don't talk rate. There's so much that goes into into rate. It can be credit score, loan type, location, type of property. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Don't quote rate.
No.
Get it to your lender. And even I get that call. I'm like, well, what kind of rate do you want? I don't know enough about you to give you a very accurate quote. If you're just saying, what's your rates?
And then people can pay them down.
You can pay them down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
say,
like,
what rate do you want?
Yeah.
Then I can probably get you that.
I heard 0% is a hot one.
Oh my gosh. Courtney, don't quote rates.
Yeah, I much to Scott's dismay, really try to stay away from a lot of that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, that's your relationship. If they have a weird, something like it's not my.
And it kind of gets into the question that sometimes we'll have. Well, what do you think I should offer on this? You know what? Talk to your agent.
Yeah.
They know the market. Trust them, and they'll guide you the right way. Don't look at me for this kind of guidance. I don't know how long has it been on the market. How many people have seen it in the last 24 hours? Are there other offers? I don't know that.
Yeah.
So don't come to me for that guidance. I'll help you with your loan.
Yeah. Note to self, though, make sure if you do an appraisal gap with Scott's borrower that you let him know right away when you have a buyer going over appraisal amount, to let him know before the closing, because I did that to you and you got really mad at me.
Wait. I'm trying.
So
again, I
appraisal
forget
gap.
things
So
instantly.
paid over appraised value.
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
that can go into the whole
Yep.
assets, debt
So-
to income, like all that fun stuff. So
Well, and the reasons for that one could be, hey, we got to base it off the value, not the purchase price.
Yep.
I don't know. There's
Yep.
sometimes you just got to double check.
yeah,
check
and make
the
sure they have
boxes.
the assets to do it for the down payment.
Oh,
and-
yeah. Yeah, I mean, be honest. Sometimes the appraisal will come in light, but they need to keep the deal together, and the sellers are willing to move. And they say, well, I had 6 offers, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you want this house or not?
Yeah.
And we've seen borrowers pay above, so it's fine.
And I think that's a huge piece of working with a local lender, is being able to have that conversation. If you say, okay, all of a sudden we're headed into multiple offers. I know, I've called Scott about something where, most recently it was, okay, if it doesn't come in as appraised value, they're getting down payment assistance. Can they pay above that value? Like, there's things where we need to know, because you can't just willy-nilly in with not an offer and say, we're going to offer this, and we'll see if we get it. You've got to
Figure it out later.
Yeah, figure it out later. But I think coming in, and we talked about this last week too, is we have, because of this last year, we've really come in with like a toolkit of different ways, regardless of what type of loan, what type of budget you've got. How can we sweeten your deal, right? And how can we make it so we can be the most competitive, because we are highly competitive.
Well, yeah, exactly. It is. It's right now. You need to have a solid offer and a solid buyer, because multiple offers right then, and I'm sure even listing agents probably look at the paper you're getting If hey, I got a pre-qualification from someone I know has probably done their due diligence, and there's some lenders that you might look at and go, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this could be a problem. I don't think they've done their due diligence on
Yep.
this. So,
Yep.
but I mean, but the thing is, we are getting into an increasing rate environment. A lot of investors are reacting to the discussion on the market with the Fed increasing, and I believe they're meeting actually tomorrow. But it's still not crazy, and that's what I've been having chats with my borrowers. They all instantly freak out and go, "What do you think your payment increases if the interest rate went up 1/4%?" Right? And a lot of them will be like hundreds of dollars. That's just what they think. And in all reality, let's say a $200,000 loan, 1/4 point hike, you're probably looking like $28.
Yeah.
That's not going to make you lose any sleep at night. So if you are one of those borrowers that's going, I'm trying to find a house, but I can't get it because I'm losing multiple offers, I'm worried about the interest rates, and then all of a sudden your next options are, well, I just don't think I'm going to buy. Remember, it's not the end of the world. It's still good rates, but I've been doing this for years, but just kind of show the difference.
I think, we've done that before too, where ask your lender what the difference is if a seller comes back and says hard stop at, maybe it's $5,000 over what you wanted to spend. You can, and that's still in your budget, but seller says hard stop. You're like, okay, are you going to lose this house over $5,000, which seems like a lot of money, but over 30 years, and so talking to your lender, what does that change your payment? And this has happened many times where someone will say, oh, okay, my payment, my payment itself, like, yes, $5,000 is a lot of money. Like, we're not discounting that.
Yeah.
But my payment
Right.
itself
Over
isn't
30 years,
changing
yeah.
wildly. And so can you get over your ego of, oh, this was my step, this is the house.
Well, yeah, and I had a guy who was considering putting an extra $50,000 down, and then I told him, he goes, well, how much will that change my payment? And it was just a couple $100 on that one. When you're putting, he's like, for $50,000, I'm only changing it by that much. I go, well, interest rates are low.
Yeah.
So here's what it is. And he's like, I think I'd be better off keeping it. I'm like, yeah, we can do it the other way. And if you have other debt you want to pay off or, invest, I don't care. You're probably going to have some big purchases coming up anyway with the new house. Well, do what you want.
Yep.
So the other one too is on those new constructions, the special assessments that are deferred. Do you, as a local lender, about those, but when do you kind of let them know when that's coming in or?
Right away.
Right away.
Yeah. I was on the phone with the city assessor this morning, helping a borrower that we closed last year who was setting up their $150,000 tax abatement on new construction. But honestly, I call the county and the city on new construction out of the gates. Really. Because you might see on your MLS, it's going to put the taxes due, but it's going to show the raw dirt. That's not showing a house worth $400,000.
Yeah.
So your $600 annually is now going to jump a lot. So I make those phone calls, and an informed borrower is a lot less likely to be upset with the agents, you, me, whoever, because they know it. Be up front.
Yeah.
It's going to come up at some point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
to be quite honest, if you were already tight on your budgets, you need to go find that. So become comfortable with the city assessor.
We've clamped back a lot on that where people were not informed, claim they weren't informed when they purchased. And so I think another key point too in visiting with a realtor right away or visiting with a local lender right away, and I'm going to stress local, is timeline. We had specifically, Scott and I were working with somebody. He said, hey, I'm working with a national lender. They might have been watching football and they were advertising. I'm not sure.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. They're going to be hot on you. But they said, gosh, I'm waiting for, them. And they said it's going to take about 3 days. And I was like, okay, that's fine, right? That you have your choice. This is America. You can choose whoever you want, right? But we don't have 3 days if this is the house that you want.
Right.
And so what if you contacted a local lender that could, and I'm not going to say always be available on the weekends, but that might be available for 20 minutes on Saturday to walk you through this, because FYI, everything can be done online. Enter your information. Let's have a conversation.
You're right. Yeah, we've done this many times. Like, hey, Scott, I am sitting here with a client, and it's Saturday night, and you're going, can you just talk to them for 5 minutes? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Done.
Hey, this is Scott. Hey, I need you to
Not
go.
Saturday nights though. Usually during the day. No, I'm just kidding.
Saturday at the
I got a call.
Or Kelly's.
It wasn't from you. It wasn't from you two. But I got a call at 6 o'clock on Friday, New Year's Eve,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, hey,
Champagne in hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I've got plans tonight. I can't let my assistant do it. She just had shoulder surgery, nor would I ask her to do this.
On New Year's Eve,
On New
yep.
Year's Eve. And the reaction was, oh, well, I need to make an offer tonight.
Oh, tonight, because
And I'm going,
got it.
Midnight.
so I have to imagine, you were probably looking at houses for a few weeks, maybe months prior, but all of a sudden, not just 5 o'clock on Friday, New Year's Eve, going,
I need to write off.
I'm buying a house.
Midnight.
Right off.
Whoa, you're the boom.
There you go. Sorry. A politician came out of me. I slammed the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, no, and I like to put it out there that obviously we're accessible and we're available, but
Local is
Within
best, but I don't wanna be like-
Oh yeah, so I think you're gonna say within reason. I got a call at like 7:45 on Sunday morning, and
Yeah.
I wasn't very pleasant. I was like, it was more
It
a
was
lot.
me.
FYI, Scott doesn't have
need
any
my-
kids in the morning or a dog to wake him up.
I wake up at like 5:45, 6, but if I don't have my coffee in me enough, I need
What do you
that.
do between 6 and 8:45 that you weren't awake?
Read emails. Just
For
a,
3
on
hours
Sunday?
with no coffee?
oh no. Oh, even then, it was just like, oh, come on, like
Yeah.
let's look alive
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
People go to church. People have family time. I mean, I was getting ready to watch my sister's, not you, Nicole's church service
yeah.
because my nieces and nephew are in there. And anyway, like, I don't
So,
care if you're calling me.
Yeah.
Even I'm just telling you a general rule.
Yeah.
Don't call people before 8 a.m. on Sunday. Actually, don't even do it before noon.
Yeah, noon on Sunday is kind of my rule.
There's a little bit of a respect thing. So I was like,
Sometimes 11. But
I wasn't.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it
I wasn't very pleasant.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, what? I'm ready for my
What do you
Jesus
want?
time. Yeah. I'm having a little room, save some room for Jesus on Sunday mornings. Yes.
Well, I don't really have any other questions for, I guess the biggest one that we always get, credit score.
Yeah, I mean, it can vary. It can vary.
That's a big one.
It can vary from product to product, of course. The most forgiving typically is your FHA. Conventional is going to have some more pricing adjusters and risk to it as far as credit scores. Again, come on in, because I've had so many times where I've had borrowers go, yeah, I told my bank I've had some credit issues, and they'll be like, then they just kind of stop talking to them. I used to be a credit analyst. Come in, I'll sit with you. I've had a lot of times where borrowers have come in and I go, you could buy a house today. And they just had this, this thought.
Anxiety.
Yeah, well, they just, had like a roadblock in their brain that they couldn't. So you sit down. Many times, though, you'll go, okay, well, you've got some collections or some stuff to clean up, pay down some debt. And again, we'll talk to you in 3 months. Those borrowers are so thankful that someone took time to help coach them. And again, a lot of times it's not a big issue. It's just focusing on it. You almost become Dave Ramsey. And I have Baker Street on all the time in my office.
Yeah.
I can tell you guys don't listen to him. So,
Nope.
all right.
No.
Nope.
Cocoa melon? Anybody? Cocoa melon?
I'm just looking. I was looking at the face and you're all like, I have no idea.
No.
I know who Dave Ramsey is.
I know he
Yeah,
is, but I don't,
he's
I don't
interesting.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
But, again, the other ones
He
too.
says to pay for the home with cash.
Not.
Yeah.
Well,
Come on, Scott.
envelope. You think I'm concerned? You should be concerned if you're going to start depending on everybody being a cash buyer. You're going to be out of the industry.
Look at clapping back.
It's true. It's the truth. But right now, too, remember to just be a counselor in a weird way. Kind of just keep people positive, because it does get defeating when you've lost that 4th, 5th time on an offer. And it takes time then to realize what your offers have to become. I'm sure you've seen this many times where you're going, you cannot offer low on this. It just came on the market yesterday and it's multiples. Why are
Yeah.
we offering this?
Yeah.
The market's going to determine. I think that's even in other conversations with other agents, they're like, gosh, the CM is high. I'm making an offer on the same day. I'm like, if you're gutsy enough to go under ask price on the first day, like, go for it. But I don't, it would be interesting to see,
Yeah.
and trust the process of, we got to get through appraisal. We got to do those things. But one thing I wanted to note too is it's frustrating to get your offer rejected, or even for some people that have come to us and said, well, I can't get a house because I need 20% down from a bank, right? and that's maybe an old mentality of thinking, but Scott and I worked with somebody who I was out showing houses, and finally they got the call from their lender because everything seemed fine, and they're like, oh, sorry, we can't do this because you're a contract worker and you need 20% down. And I was like, okay, well, we've spent the entire day looking at houses, and by no means did we ever think this was going to happen. I had given them Scott's information. that evening they were able to get to pre-qualified. And I think we get that a lot where people will say, hey, my credit isn't good, or I've talked to my bank. Guess what? You have options.
And Courtney did a great job of teeing it up for us because, again, we're going to find out. Underwriters, they're good at their job. They dig.
like private investigators.
Exactly. They're going to figure it out. But when Courtney had told me this contract, and I go, okay, well, we could look at future employment. He's been in the same line of work. But then I go, why don't we just wait till we get a pay stub? When's he getting his first pay stub? And you're like, he started already. He hasn't had his first one. It'll be next Friday. I go, great.
You're done.
I'm not even going to show him that contract. We're going to wait till we get that pay stub, and just knowing how to navigate those rules and saying, okay, we might have to delay closing a couple weeks, but believe me, we can now do it. So if you want to get the deal done, just let's know what we're doing here.
You
Know the game.
You have options, and I think that's the beauty. If you come to us and you say, okay, here's where, or if you start with a lender and they say, sorry, you're not, and you think, gosh, this just doesn't seem right. You know, let us point you in the right direction.
You're right, exactly, and that's 100% because there's so many different products, and there's so many options, and it's for no one's the same. It's not cookie cutter, and it's actually I kind of enjoy that, and I take a little bit of a little puff out my chest a little bit when I hear another bank shot them down and they come in, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can get that done.
Yeah.
Like,
It might be a long process, and he might yell at us once in a while.
well, I only yell if it's like, okay, this deal got completely
He doesn't
dunked
yell at
on.
the borrower usually. He usually yells at us.
Sister.
I'm a
And it's not
sister.
yelling. It's not yelling.
He's
It's
stern. He's
I got yelled at
stern.
once.
you got okay. That's
His birthday's coming up this week too. We should,
it's hold on a second. This is why
look at
Jen.
him.
This is why Jen.
him.
This is
Mute
why.
him.
This is why Jen and I work so well together because she's good cop, I'm bad cop, and I go. We even recognize that when we sit down with borrowers or even some agents. Like, hey, this person's a hand holder. They are going to want the sweet nothings whispered in their ear. Where, like I say, I'll deal with like an airman who's been in the military for 20 years, and they are more or less give me straight to the business. I want the straight talk.
Yeah.
I don't need you giving me the fluff.
Yeah, no one wants your sweet nothings whispered in our ear, Scott.
that's true.
This table is a no.
I can tell you the one sweet nothing that makes every realtor smile, and it goes appraisal waiver.
Oh yeah.
And CTC. No, I screamed that from the rooftop.
Appraisal waiver.
Appraisal waiver.
That'll get you jumping.
It does. It gets me. I'm as happy as I can be.
Yeah.
Are they still doing those? Or are they kind of good?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's dependent more or less on type of loan product
want
again
'em.
and how much money you're putting
I
down.
want
So,
them.
Yeah.
oh, it is great.
I had buyers that didn't want it though. I've
lost. Yeah. I'm like, so you're willing to now
pay.
pay? Well, pay for it. One.
Yeah.
Put a lot of eggs in that basket because if the appraiser comes in light, this deal could potentially fall
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Or, and so, I'd take the appraisal waiver, save myself $800, and move forward.
Yeah.
Bam.
Awesome.
That's how I look at it.
Well,
We're after our 10 o'clock.
Yeah, Scott, our client Heather is on. Heather Riddle says hello.
Hey,
Heather
yeah.
Scott is joining us today.
Yeah.
talking all the finance.
We're all hanging out on Friday.
Friday.
Heck yeah. That's
So-
awesome.
Well, this has been fun, and Scott has plans. Otherwise, we'd sit here for another 4 hours. But we always have good stuff to talk about.
I'm meeting a first-time home buyer, and we're going to be
Yay.
walking through it all right now
Good
at
job.
10:30.
Yeah.
Anything else, Kim?
Just make sure if you're watching the show and you are a first-time homebuyer, join our Facebook group at Grand Forks First Time Homebuyer.
Oh, and one other thing too is like you've done this, both of you, as when we have some of these pre-qualification meetings, we have it in our consultation room downtown, and after about a half hour, we bring the agent in if they can work it into their schedule, and that way everybody's on the same page. The agent can go, how are we sitting on assets? Are we comfortable with this? And again, that way
honestly,
everybody's pulling
don't
the same
know about
direction.
assets.
I don't ask about the assets.
Nope.
That's your job, I say.
I get that, but I've had other agents that have visited and going,
Yeah, I don't care.
"What
They're nosy.
Just tell me if they're approved or not. I trust you.
Now, do you know who you just looked like? Kim's son Otto. That look.
So that's where he gets it from.
Yes, he just gave you the look like I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I appreciate everyone's assets, but you're an asset to us, Scott.
Joe.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet nothings.
Yep. So thanks for being an asset. Hey, thanks for being back on the show. People probably remember us back in the day when we were in our home offices. And
Yeah. You were putting thongs in your head.
underwear thongs on my head. Yeah. So
I must have missed that episode.
No,
You
you were
didn't.
there. No.
we were talking about different ways to mask and like different masking options
Oh,
and stuff.
right.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a new one.
A new mask?
Yep.
Okay.
Got a flight coming up.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those paint
Mesh?
ones.
Well, I mean, my surgical blue mask is like just coffee stained, and I mean, I've had it for about 2 years, so it's about
the
time.
healthy.
same mask.
About time to retire it.
Good. Yeah.
Hang it on the wall.
Yeah. That's good. Cut the hair, get a new mask. Yeah.
The new me.
New you. New
2022
year.
is off to a great start.
Awesome. Well, to recap, Rachel got her license.
Yeah.
Hooray. Scott got a haircut.
Yeah.
She found a new button.
I like the symbols after his haircut. Yeah.
It's no joke, folks. And please join us on our, we'll be more active in there. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Grand Forks First Time Homebuyers group. You can ask us any questions. We won't shy away from that. And then we'll audition for your business. You know?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, we're like, hey,
Hello.
you can have Courtney or Kim. What do you want? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, make sure that with everything you do today, you put a fork in it. And thanks for joining us,
Cut
everybody.
it out.
Have a great week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.